Hey YouTube, what's up? Look at this. Look at this 5th generation 2001 Honda Prelude. I just got this actually in the mail like a couple minutes ago, so I'm kind of excited. Found this for like 10 bucks. It's an original sales brochure for the car, and I think they used my car because look, 18, 19 years later, found itself in my driveway. Anyhow, today I'm going to talk to you about changing some of the basic fluids in the car. Oh, look at this. I thought this was cool too. Look. Ta-da, ta-da. How sad. And it's interesting, all the accessories you can get, like a cassette player. Pretty cool. Actually made a gold emblem kit for the Prelude, and you could apparently get wood grain trim on this car as an accessory. That would be really interesting to see. I've never seen that before. Anyhow, I just got this car, and a couple months ago I've been making videos of restoring it. I've done a whole bunch of little things to it, done a few mods. Today I was changing the oil, so I thought I'll throw up a video if you're new to the car. Maybe this will help you. And I'm just going to go through the oil change, transmission fluid change, and ATTS transmission fluid change, which you only would need to do if you had the SH model. So I'm not going to talk about what that is, but just real quickly, I'm just going to go through these in the manual, and I'm going to show you on the car. So first is the oil. You want to use 5W30. I use full synthetic. I'm using this Castrol Edge high mileage. The plug is this 13 millimeter plug, and it's 5.1 quarts, although I think mine took a little more than that, which is a little strange. But and you're supposed to change this every 7,500 miles. So here you go, 5.1, 7,500. You got your drain bolt. It's real super simple. With the SH model, the transmission's right here, so you can't quite get that with a socket. You just need to use a open-end wrench, or really any wrench will do. I'll show you that in a minute. And then with the oil filter, they actually tell you to torque it down to 16 foot-pounds, which with the SH, I don't know about the standard model, but with the SH, there is no room. This piece right here, you can't quite get your hand on it. Like, you can get your fingertips on it and turn it, but once it's tight, you can't get your hand on it to torque it. So they have a special tool. I looked, it's like 60 bucks on Amazon, so I'm not gonna be buying that, but I'll keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't leak. If it does, I'll find a way to tighten it down more. That's the oil change. Then the next one is the manual transmission change. So if you have an automatic transmission, wailing and gnashing of teeth for you. You didn't buy the right car. Just kidding. If you have an automatic, it's cool. But anyhow, if you have the manual, that's what I was hunting for, and I found one. And it's a real simple change also. This is every 30,000 miles. It's 2 quarts of Honda MTF. Okay. And you can get that at your dealership. And so it's 2 quarts, and basically you just get under, you find the transmission. This is going to be over on the passenger side front by the CV axle. Right here's where the CV axle goes into it. Here's the transmission. I'll show you all that in a second. And basically you have 2 plugs. You want to get new washers too, by the way. Get new crush washers just to be safe. Here, I'll pause this here in case you want to pause your computer to look at it. And you just pull the drain plug off with a 3/8 ratchet. Comes right off. And then you want to pull the fill plug off with a 17 socket, and then you just obviously you put the drain plug back in with your new washer, and kind of clean the surfaces first, make sure there's no grit in there, and then either with a pump or from above, which is what I do, just gravity feed it down with a tube. I keep a bunch of little tubes of different sizes here in my garage for things like this, so I've kind of got everything I need for that. And but anyhow, you just pump it down, and basically it shows here the fluid level is supposed to be even with the fill plug. So once it starts seeping out, you know you've got enough in there. Real easy. And then the other one is the ATTS fluid change. It's a little harder to get to, but it's not the end of the world. And real quickly, basically this, I'll show you the diagram. You can pause again. So this is the ATTS module, and I will go into the car in a second, show you that. But basically there's a drain plug right here, which is also a 3/8. And then there is a fill, which is also a 17. Okay, so both transmissions are the same size, drain and fill. It has torque amounts. I didn't even worry about that. Just get it nice and tight. I've never had a problem with that in many years of changing fluids. So the drain's here and the fill is here. And you're going to use, that's a 30,000 mile interval, and it is 1 quart of Honda ATF, which is this stuff. And let's go into the car and take a look. I'll grab this to show you. This is the beast right here. haven't driven this thing a whole lot since I've been working on this Prelude, but I want to rack up some miles in the Prelude and work out all the kinks, which I think I'm just about done. Yeah, so let's go under. If you eat well, you'll be thinner, and then you can squeeze under cars. By the way, here's a little tip. If you're new to cars, get a piece of cardboard. It makes sliding so much easier and catches fluids that are trying to escape and mess up your driveway or working surface. So first, oil change. Look at that. They couldn't have made it any easier. They show you exactly where the plug is. As I said, that's a 13. It is a crush washer. As you can see, there's not a lot of room right here between this. This is the ATTS transmission as for the SH model. So you just gotta, you can't use a traditional socket. I just want to get a wrench, but on and off, 5.1 quarts, and you're good. Number 2, so here we are. We're under the driver's side front tire, and we're just looking over at the passenger tire. And I'm just going to slide right over here and show you passenger tire right there, front passenger wheel. CV axle comes right over, and boom, right into the transmission. And here's what we're talking about. There's your drain with the 3/8 socket. And then right up here, I'll stick this on it so you can see, is your 17 mil fill. You can just run a hose up through there or down into it. Or like I said, you could pump. I like to just use gravity rather than the pump for some reason. So that's your transmission fluid. And then come back over to the driver's side. And so there's the engine oil we were just looking at, the plug. And then just right here in front of it, or rather behind it in this case, is your, there it is right there. And this is MCU oil. I'm not sure what that stands for, but this is the ATTS unit. And so it's a 3/8 ratchet. We'll pull that right off, drain, put it back in with a new washer. And then, so if you're looking at the unit, I'm looking at the front of the car here. Basically, you just go and you just come right here. You find where the CV axle is coming into that unit. And then right above it, and I'm going to put the socket on it so you can see it. And it's actually right under the oil filter in the SH model. Right there is the drain, or the fill plug rather. It's a 17. You can see it's nice and tight. And that is the fill. And again, that's 1 quart. And then the oil filter is literally right there, right about 2 or 3 inches up on top of it. And make sure when you change your oil, by the way, in your filter, that filter, there's no way to avoid it. You're going to spill oil all over everything we're looking at. You can see some if it's still there, but I blasted it pretty good with some brake cleaner, so it's mostly clean. But you probably want to do that, and you'll be good. So that's it. Squeeze out of here. Get up without grunting too much, and enjoy your freshly changed fluids. And while you're there, you might check your air filter, make sure it's good, and of course you got your brake fluid over there, you got your power steering fluid, you got your radiator, so you can check your reservoir here, make sure your battery terminals are good, no corrosion or anything, and fill up your wiper fluid even while you're at it. That's it. Cool. So that is the 5th gen basic fluid changes. All right, I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching. Let me know if you need any help or have questions. Take care. Thanks.